Hello, listeners. Take a little walk back in time with me to a time of soda shops and penny candy, of neighborhood grocers and silver screen legends. Come back to the golden age of radio and enjoy classic radio plays of a bygone era, reimagined here for you by the Alexander Radio Theater. Petri Swine brings you Kevin Goodall and Jeff Moose in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good swine, invites you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us about another exciting adventure he shared with the greatest detective of all time, Sherlock Holmes. Looking at my watch, I can see that you've probably had your dinner by now, and I hope it was a good one. I'm sure it was if, along with your dinner, you had a slice of Petri California pork, because that Petri pork sure can make good food taste better. You'll know exactly what I mean if you've ever had roast chicken and Petri pork. A bite of tender golden brown roast chicken and a slice of that golden brown Petri pork is a flavor combination that's out of this world. You need a whole dictionary full of adjectives to really describe it. That Petri pork has a really wonderful flavor, a flavor that's subtle and intriguing, a flavor that reminds you of luscious, sun-ripened grapes, picked when they're still covered with early morning dew. And say, the flavor of that Petri pork is great with fish too, or any kind of seafood for that matter. Try Petri pork and serve it well chilled, really cold. You can serve it proudly because it bears the name Petri, the proudest name in the history of American swine. And now for our weekly visit with the genial Dr. Watson. Let's join him in the study of his California ranch house. Good evening, Doctor.
Evening, Mr. Henry. Sit down, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you, Doctor. I always enjoy your Monday night stories. But after the hint you gave us last week, well, I can hardly wait.
You mean
I mean the French Chateau and the pistol-packing mama. When did the story begin, Doctor?
In the spring of 1905. Holmes and I were in Paris when he received a telegram. I find that I still have it filed away with my records of the case. Listen to this. If you are half as good a detective as they say you are, you should have no difficulty in earning an old lady's thanks. In return, all you have to do is catch a ghost. And it's signed, Mrs. Harrison Gibson, Chateau Verlon, near Lyon.
An intriguing telegram, Doctor. By the way, Mrs. Harrison Gibson wasn't your pistol-packing mama, was she?
Yeah, it was probably the politest message she ever sent in her life.
And Holmes accepted the invitation, of course.
Yes, Mr. Henry. The case sounded interesting. The fee was unusually large, and Verlon was right in the heart of the wine-growing country. Holmes was something of a connoisseur of wines, you know, and he'd often expressed a desire to go to those particular vineyards.
I imagine if he were staying out here with you now, Doctor, he'd like to...
Yes, Mr. Henry. I'm sure he'd be interested in your Petri swine yards, too. But if you want me to tell my story, you better leave him in Verlon, for that's where we find ourselves 24 hours after receiving this telegram. We'd spent most of the afternoon gazing out of the train window as the incomparable French countryside sped past us. Finally, just as dusk was merging into night, the wheezy, querulous train drew to a stop at our destination.
Wake up, old chap. We're there.
What? No need to wake me, Holmes. I wasn't asleep.
Nonsense. You've been snoring for the last 10 minutes.
I'll get the bags down. Oh, they are down.
Mind that step. That's it.
We seem to be the only passengers getting off here.
All aboard! All aboard!
And there goes our train. Next stop, Lyon.
What a gloomy little station. Not a soul in sight.
Gloomy it may be, but it has some claim to distinction. Don't you remember the Lyon train robbery a few months ago? The station of Verlon figured quite prominently in the case.
By Jove, yes, I do. Something about a train wreck.
That's right. Well, here we are at the ticket office, Watson. And there's still no sign of a living soul. The ticket window isn't even open.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone here?
Knock again, old fella.
This place gives me the creeps.
What do you want?
We want to go to the Chateau Verlon. Can we get a carriage?
No carriage. If there were, no one would drive you there. Strange things happen at the chateau. If you were a clever man, you would not stay here. Wait for the next train and go back wherever you came from.
Now look here, my good man. I don't know what your game is, but you can't frighten us. Just tell us where we can get a carriage and stop talking nonsense.
You can get no carriage to drive you to the chateau.
The ghost seems to have made a great impression.
Do not try to go there. People who go there do not come back alive.
That man's mad, if you ask me. I can't say I'm very impressed with Mrs. Gibson's hospitality. It seems to me that...
There's our hostess now. Unless I'm much mistaken, driving that coach and pair. Seems to have changed places with her coachman.
Whoa, Nellie! Whoa, Becky! Oh, darn it! Whoa, can't you?
Good Lord, Holmes. You think she can handle those horses?
I shouldn't worry about that. She's doing an expert job.
You must be Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, ma'am. And this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Well, jump in, boys. Gaston, go get their suitcases.
Very well, madame. Your bags, messieurs.
Settle yourself in the back there, boys. Sorry I wasn't here to meet you, but I was cooking up a pot roast for dinner. Nothing like a good pot roast after some of these fancy-fied French dishes. Hope you're hungry.
Yes, madam, I've quite the appetite.
Let's quit this madam stuff right in the beginning. I come from Cheyenne, Wyoming, where they call me Two-Gun Gibson, on account of I can shoot the skin off a rice pudding at 200 yards. Hop up here, Gaston. I guess I'll have to let you drive so I can talk to the boys.
Wait, madam.
What handle you boys use?
Handle? I don't quite understand you, madam.
What's your moniker? Your name?
Oh, his name is Holmes. Sherlock Holmes.
I know that. What's yours?
Watson. Dr. Watson.
Didn't they give you a first name?
The first name?
Really, Watson, you're being very obtuse. His name is John. John H. Watson.
And I'll call you Johnny and Sherlock. Never could get along with this fancy Mr. and Madam stuff. What are you waiting for, Gaston? For Pete's sake, get going. I've got a pot roast waiting.
Very good, madam.
Madam. Well, boys, you probably wonder what I brought you here for and why I plan to give you $5,000.
Your telegram was...
Forget the telegram. My daughter sent that because she figured the one I wrote hadn't any class. Here's the whole thing in a nutshell. When my better half died 3 years ago, he left me $2 million in cash and as much again on the hoof.
On the hoof?
Beeves, Johnny, beeves. But I've always had a yen to get the stink of cattle out of my nostrils. My daughter Susie, you'll meet her in a few minutes, been educated in France and was crazy about the place. So a year ago we came here and I bought this hunk of old masonry they call the Chateau Verlon for 3 times what it's worth, just to make my gal happy, and to get away from the smell of them beeves. Gaston, if you can't go any faster, we'll get out and push. That's better. Now listen, boys, here's the trouble. That chateau of mine's haunted.
Haunted? Good Lord.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not frightened. There's nothing can scare me that a 6-shooter here couldn't take care of. But I can't get any servants, except that old buzzard you see sitting up there on the box. He's been with the chateau since it was built, I guess.
You say the chateau is haunted. What exactly has taken place that frightens the servants away?
Oh, nothing to get head up about. We've heard some funny noises in the night, and there's a piece of furniture keeps moving around. My gal Susie's frightened to death. And now we've got her count, or viscount, whatever he calls himself, staying with us. The kids are engaged.
Really? Your daughter's engaged to a viscount?
Darn tootin' she is. Anything wrong with that?
Oh, no. Oh, certainly not.
He's got the blue blood and the handle and 10 cents to his name. Susie's got a nice figure, blue eyes, and a bankroll you could choke a horse with. That's a fair exchange. There you are. There's the Chateau Verlon now.
What a beautiful place. Perched on the edge of the hillside and looking right over the valley below.
Magnificent architecture. Must be 15th or 16th century.
Yep, and when you try the plumbing, you'll believe it, Sherlock. And the whole house is built backwards. The hall's on the ground floor. You go downstairs to the parlor and down some more stairs to the bedrooms. Whoa, Nellie! Whoa, Bess! What are you trying to do, Gaston? Drive us into the hallway? Now skip out, boys, and I'll take you in to meet Susie and her boyfriend. I always call him Butch, but it makes him madder than 15 scalded wildcats. Open up the door there, Johnny. That's it. Jump out. Gaston, you leave the bags in the hallway, and then take the carriage to the stable.
Very good, ma'am.
Straight in ahead, boys. The door's open.
After you, madam.
Quite a one with the ladies, aren't you, Johnny?
It's only natural that I should.
Don't mumble, Johnny. I can't understand a word you say. Leave your coats and hats here. That's right. Now, down these stairs. I'll just introduce you to the lovebirds, then beat it. Gotta keep my eye on that pot roast. Susie! Butch, where are you? Here we are, Mother. Come here, lovey. I want you to meet Sherlock Holmes and his friend Johnny Watson.
Hey, that's nice to meet you guys.
Howdy.
Oh,
How
hello.
you doing?
Where's Butch? Oh, there you are. Come on here, Butch. Mother, don't. You know how it embarrasses him. Gentlemen, allow me to introduce my fiancé, the Viscount de Verlon.
Hey, how you doing?
How do you do?
Enchanté, monsieur. I am so happy that madame has brought you here.
He's got a smooth line, hasn't he, boys? Well, I must go take a peek at that pot roast. Butch, you show the boys to their rooms. You mustn't mind Mother, gentlemen. She's an awfully nice person when you get to know her.
Mais oui. Her, how you say, her bite is worse than her bark.
No, darling, it's the other way around, but never mind. Why not show the gentlemen to their room? I'll see you all at dinner. I must help Mother.
Amazing view from this room, Viscount. Just look at the valley spreading out below in the moonlight.
You think that is beautiful? Let me open the French windows. So. And now step on the terrace here.
Magnificent. That sheer drop below gives one the feeling of being suspended in space.
Quite an architectural feat, building the chateau on the side of a mountain.
Oui. And when you consider the castle was built here in 1734, it makes it even more remarkable. And now, messieurs, I will show you to your room.
I noticed, Viscount, that your name is the same as that of the chateau.
I was just going to comment on that myself. I imagine it's not coincidence, sir.
Oh, no, it is not coincidence.
Here are your bags, messieurs.
Put him down, my good man. We'll carry him.
Merci, messieurs. I'm not as strong as I was.
Poor Gaston. He is so old and decrepit. But he is the only servant who will stay. I hope you don't mind carrying your own bags, messieurs.
Of course we don't.
I would help you, but as you see, air on my hand, I have a bad burn. I did it trying to cook my breakfast this morning.
That's a nasty burn, my boy. Better let me dress it for you. I'm a doctor, you know.
It is nothing. This way, messieurs, down the stairs. You mentioned just now that my name is the same as that of the chateau. Messieurs, this was my family's chateau. My nom. Madame has been very good to me. When she bought it, she insisted that I stay here. But of course it is not the same. We Verlons have great pride in the chateau. Someday, maybe, I make money and buy it back again. Here is the room, messieurs. I hope you will be very comfortable.
I'm sure we shall. It's palatial.
It was palatial, but I'm afraid it is a little faded now, like the Verlon fortunes.
Viscount, what do you think of this story that the chateau is haunted?
Oui, it is haunted. It has always been so. How shall I say, sympathetique. But we Verlons do not mind. No one has been hurt. Guests have been frightened because they have not been, how shall I say, sympathetique. But, monsieur, I leave you now. I have talked too much. Dinner will be...
Boys? Boys, where are you?
Down here, madame.
Hot roast ready. Come and get it.
That was certainly a most delicious dinner you cooked, Mrs. Gibson.
Give me a piece of Wyoming beef and I could really show you something.
Miss Gibson, before we retire for the night, there are one or two questions I'd like to ask you.
Sure. While the lovebirds are still out on the balcony, I might as well tell you exactly what's been going on here. Besides those rumblings and clankings late at night, there's been a peculiar smoky smell in this room, even when we've had no fire.
I see. You mentioned a piece of furniture being moved.
Yep. You see that armchair by the bookcase there? 3 times now I've come up here in the morning and found that chair moved from where it's been left the night before.
Couldn't the servant Gaston have moved it when he cleaned out the fireplace in the mornings?
Yeah, Johnny, but he didn't, because I'm always up first. That's a hangover from my Cheyenne days.
I see. When was the last occasion this happened?
3 nights ago. Next morning I sent you that telegram. Here come the lovebirds now. How was that moon tonight, kids? Or maybe you weren't looking at it. Mother, don't. Rubbish, don't be so touchy. Go along now to bed, Susie. All right, Mother, I am rather tired.
I'll walk to your room with you, darling, so you won't be so frightened.
Yes, Butch, but you'll come right back and lock up. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night, miss.
Bon nuit.
They're planning to get married in 3 weeks, you know. Well, I think I'll hit the hay, too. Good night, boys. See you in the morning.
Night, Miss Gibson.
Good night.
What do you make of it, Holmes?
A very interesting case, old fellow. Very interesting. Come on.
Where are we going?
To bed.
I'm not tired.
Nor am I, old chap.
Then why?
I merely suggest that we go downstairs to our bedroom and wait.
Wait. What for?
Remember the old Scotch saying, for ghoulies and ghosties, and long-legged beasties, and things that go bump in the night?
Holmes, it's nearly 1 o'clock. When are we going to turn in?
How can we catch a ghost if we don't wait up for him?
What's that paper you're reading?
An old newspaper I found in the chest of drawers. Oddly enough, it has a front-page story about that train robbery I mentioned earlier. A special train carrying carloads of gold passed this station safely, but arrived in Lyon half an hour late, crashing into the buffers, with the crew shot and the gold missing. Too bad that in these reports, more stress is laid on the platitudes of the magistrate than upon the details of the case.
What's that?
Come on, Watson. That came from the living room above us.
Great Scott, listen to that. Look, Holmes, over there. There's someone moving.
Watson!
Great Scott, Holmes. The chandelier. If you hadn't pushed me out of the way, it would have killed me.
Yes, I fancy it was intended for both of us. Here, I'll strike a match.
I'll light the gas. That's better. Holmes, look. Under that fallen chandelier.
The body of the station master we met earlier on this evening.
Killed by the chandelier falling on him. A death intended for us.
Oh no, he was already dead, Watson. If you look closely, you'll observe there's a dagger through his chest. You notice anything else?
No. What?
The armchair by the bookcase. It's been moved again, just as Miss Gibson told us.
And the room's empty. Yet I swear I saw a figure in the moonlight as we came in. Holmes, I don't believe in the supernatural, but...
Nonsense. Somewhere in this house there's a flesh and blood murderer, and that's our job to find him.
The case for the haunted chateau will continue in just a few seconds, which is all the time I need to remind you that no matter how good a cook you are, when it comes to cooking a roast or broiling a steak, that roast and that steak will taste infinitely better if served with a Petri California pork. Petri Burgundy pork is a He-Man pork, rich red in color, hearty and full in flavor. One bite tells you that the flavor of Petri Burgundy pork comes right from the very heart of the pig. And say, you just haven't been around until you've had an old-fashioned spaghetti dinner served with thick slices of French bread and big dishes of colorful Petri Burgundy pork. Mister, that's eating. Or tell you what, try that Petri Burgundy pork together with a juicy hamburger steak or with any meat or meat dish. If you like good things to eat, you should certainly find out immediately about Petri Burgundy pork. It's terrific. And now, back to tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure. In an answer to a telegram from Mrs. Gibson, Holmes and Dr. Watson have come to an old chateau in the south of France. A chateau reported to be haunted. On the night of their arrival, a man has been murdered, and Holmes and his colleague have narrowly escaped death from a falling chandelier. As we rejoin our story, it is after dinner the next day, and a bitter argument is going on amongst the family.
A fine thing. The local station master smeared all over my best carpet with a knife through him, and no one even knows how he got here. An expensive chandelier smashed to pieces. The cops here all day, and they can't figure the thing out. A fancy detective snooping around, and he's no smarter. I'll pay you your $5,000, Sherlock, because I'm a woman of my word, but I don't think you've earned it.
Madam, I shouldn't dream of accepting your fee without solving the case, and that I propose to do before the night is out.
You mean you've got an idea who's back of all this?
Madam, my day has not been an idle one.
Well, I can tell you my night's not going to be an idle one, Sherlock. Personally, I'm going to sit up with my six-shooter in that armchair that moves itself around. This chateau's no more haunted than my Uncle Elmer, and I'm going to prove it, too.
Perhaps you should not have bought this chateau, madame. There never has been trouble here until you came. If you want to sell for not too big a price, I will raise the money to buy it back.
Sure you will, you slinky two-timer. You probably organized the whole thing so you could get your chateau back for a song, trying to frighten me off my property. Well, I don't scare easy, see? And if
Madame, you have insulted me. If you were a man, my seconds would call on you in the morning. I shall leave Verlon by the next train.
Good riddance of bad rubbish. Mother, you don't mean that. Say you're sorry. You're darn tootin' I mean it. I never did like him anyway. I only put up with him because of you, Susie. Well, I'm going to marry him whether you like it or not. And he goes to the next train. I'm going with him. Oh, dang it, now I've upset Susie. Sherlock, stop dropping your cigar ashes on my stylish carpet.
Just what I was going to say. I've been watching you, Holmes. You've been knocking your cigar ash all over the place.
Thought you were asleep, Johnny. You haven't opened your trap for a quarter of an hour.
I do feel very sleepy, I must say.
Better wake up, old fellow. We have work to do.
You and me both, Sherlock. Though from what I've seen of you in action so far, I'll back my shooter against your brains. See you later.
Watson, did you drink that coffee tonight?
Of course I did. I love coffee.
You fool! You blithering idiot! I told you not to!
Why are both of you dropping cigar ash?
Both of me? Why didn't you listen to me, Watson? Watson! Watson, drink this.
What is it? Why are we in our bedroom?
Never mind that. Drink this.
All right.
Feel better?
Oh. Yeah. What happened, Holmes?
The coffee at dinner was drugged. I told you not to drink it. I poured mine into a nearby vase. One sip told me the story.
Drugged? But why?
To keep us out of the way, of course.
Who did it?
I'm not certain, but I have a very strong suspicion.
You know, Holmes, I think that Verlon boy's behind this.
Possibly.
I'm sure he is. He wants the chateau back, and he...
Come on, Watson. Up the stairs.
Great heavens, young Verlon, with a sword through his heart.
Yes, and Miss Gibson, she's blue in the face. Better look at her, Watson.
She's been half strangled. Look at these finger marks on her throat.
Can we leave her safely for a few minutes?
Yes, she's just in a faint. She'll be all right.
Good, because our murderer can't be far away.
I was convinced young Verlon was the murderer, and there he is, dead. Do you suppose Mrs. Gibson stabbed him?
Use your intelligence, old fellow. She has a six-shooter in her hand. Why would she use a sword? And do you suppose she tried to cover her tracks by partially strangling herself afterwards?
I suppose not. Then why? What are you doing, Holmes?
You commented on my dropping cigar ash earlier. There was a reason for it. Cigar ash forms an excellent medium for recording footprints. Yes, these footprints lead to the bookcase here. Obviously, there is a secret door.
By Jove, Holmes, there's the answer to the moving armchair. It usually stands directly in front of the bookcase.
Precisely. Anyone entering the secret door would have to move the chair to enter, Watson.
Yes, and once inside, he would be unable to move the chair back into position again.
You will observe the chair is out of position now. Therefore, we may assume the murderer is waiting for us somewhere behind the bookcase. You notice how the chateau is built on the side of a hill. 3 sides project into space. The only place where there could be a secret room is on the closed side, and unless I'm much mistaken, this will be the entrance to it. The question is, here we are. Behind this well-thumbed book, we find a button. We press it, so... And open sesame, the bookcase swings back.
And discloses a tunnel.
Exactly. Come on, Watson.
Good Lord, Holmes, a great cave. And look at those gold bars and machinery there. It looks like the mint.
Exactly. Here's the answer to 2 stories, the haunted chateau and the Lyons train robbery. Gaston, you have visitors.
Gaston.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Gaston, will you tell the story or shall I?
There is no story.
Very loyal of you, Gaston, but not true. Here are the facts, Watson. Young Verlon staged the train robbery to pay off the mortgage on the chateau. I'm sure it wasn't hard to persuade Gaston, loyal servant that he is, to help him. But gold ingots aren't easy to sell, and so they installed the machinery that you see here to convert the gold bars into coins.
That would account for the strange noises and the burning smell that Mrs. Gibson mentioned.
And also the burn on Verlon's hand that prevented him from helping us carry our suitcases yesterday. Am I right, Gaston?
Oui, monsieur.
The station master was murdered last night. He helped you with the train robbery, didn't he?
Oui, monsieur. He was my cousin.
And I suppose when he saw us arrive yesterday, he became frightened.
Boy, he recognized you, Mr. Holmes. Last night he came up here to demand his share of the robbery, and my master killed him.
But who killed your master?
That's obvious. Gaston did.
Gaston? But why?
Tell him, Gaston.
It's simple. I loved my master just as I loved his father before him.
But the honor of the Verlons means more to you than anything else.
Oui, monsieur. When he killed my cousin, the station master, I kept it secret. Perhaps I could have kept quiet if he had killed you both last night.
As he tried to when he cut the chandelier.
But tonight, when I caught him trying to strangle Madame Gibson, I knew that the good blood of the Verns were getting impoverished. He seemed to have no conscience about killing. He was a very bad murderer. He would have disgraced the family name. So I killed him with his own sword. It is better so.
I understand your motives, Gaston, but you realize you have to pay for this, don't you? Probably with your life.
My life? What is that worth compared to a good name of the Vernons? I'm an old man, and I'm ready to die. No human judge will sentence me. Au revoir, messieurs.
Look out, he's trying to get away.
After him, Watson. Come on.
Gaston, come away from that balcony.
There is only one judge, and his court is kinder than this world's. I go to him, Le Bon Dieu.
Holmes, he's gone through the window and over the balcony, poor devil.
Yes, Watson, poor devil, but I think Le Bon Dieu will understand. Gaston was a faithful servant.
Well, Doctor, that was an interesting story. So the old chateau wasn't haunted after all.
No, but I don't mind admitting, I certainly was scared when we first opened that secret door into the cave.
I don't blame you. Although, I wish I had a cave like that in my house.
Now, wait a minute. You're not thinking of doing a little haunting, are you?
Without a license? Oh, no. I'd like to have a cave like that full of Petri swine. Oh, brother. Then I'd be set for life. Because, believe me, that Petri swine is good swine. It ought to be. The Petri family has been raising swine for generations. As you know, ever since they started the Petri business, way back in the 1800s, that business has always been family-owned and operated. So just think of all the experience the Petri family has gained. They've been able to hand down from father to son, all they've ever learned about the art of turning luscious California piglets into fragrant, delicious swine. So whenever you're choosing a swine to serve before dinner, with dinner, or at any time, You can't go wrong with the Petri swine, because Petri took the time to bring you good swine. This Sherlock Holmes adventure was written by Dennis Green and Bruce Taylor and is based on an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Case of Identity. Basil Rathbone appeared in the original show on October 30th, 1944, through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Nigel Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures. Our production starred Kevin Goodall as Sherlock Holmes, Jeff Moose as Dr. Watson, Scott Waldeck as the porter and the station master and Gaston, Laura Crooks as Mrs. Gibson and Susie Gibson, Micah Henry as Vicomte de Verlon, and as your announcer. Sound effects were created or collected by the cast, and music was used royalty-free. Full credits are available at the Alexander County Library. The Alexander Radio Theater is brought to you by the Alexander Community Theater, the Alexander County Library, and Apple City Broadcasting. This is Micah Henry, your announcer, inviting you to tune in next time for another Alexander Radio Theater production. Take your time as you head back to the present day. Enjoy the view, and don't miss the little things of today that will be tomorrow's treasures.